Hello dears, and welcome to the latest Benidorm news update. Welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, and today we are on the beach of Albir, a couple of kilometers from Benidorm, and even though the sun is back, it is really windy. There's a very strong wind and it's quite cool still, so very interesting weather forecast is waiting for us for this upcoming week. But first of all, let's center our attention on the most important things, which are the news for the area. First of all, the situation in tourism. As you all know, it's already May, so it's less than a month left towards up until the calendar summer, and 1.5 months up until the official beginning of summer here in Spain, which is celebrated on the 20th of June every single year. 21st, 22nd of June, more or less. It's the official beginning of summer here in Spain. And there's quite a lot of people. It is actually quite busy. There's a lot of people in hotels, apartments, accommodation options, bars, restaurants, cafeterias, all is busy. There's also a lot of different places are occupied, such as theme parks, boat trips. It's not too much. It's not overwhelming, at least for now. But it will be, because as per official data, we are hitting all the records right now, and we've had more than 16 million tourists here in Spain just in the first 3 months of the year. So January, February, and March, plus April, we've had already even more than 16 million up until today's date. And it's quite concerning for some regions, because we do not know what to expect in summer, and we kind of feel like it might be overwhelming a lot of the times for the locals, but we'll see how it goes. On the 6th of May, we will have a very interesting and unique event. This is going to be happening right by the town hall, right by the Bristol Hotel and the entrance to La Guera Park. On this day, 6th of May, at 6 p.m., we will have a huge flash mob. I thought they extinguished, but no, there's going to be a giant flash mob happening in Benidorm on the square, and everyone are welcome to join. Everyone are welcome to check it out, dance together, film it, just share it. It's been a nice evening there. 6 p.m. there's going to be 12 dance schools from Benidorm and surrounding area that will be participating, and it's going to be really fun. It's something special. There's going to be a lot of music in town, and if you will be here on that day, check it out. I'm quite sure you'll have a nice, fun evening. And obviously, the Eurovision is coming closer and closer. On the day when Eurovision will be here, we will have a direct connection with the Eurovision. And in Benidorm town, in the Julio Iglesias Auditorium, which is in La Guera Park, there's going to be a free of charge. That's confirmed already. Everyone can assist. Free of charge event where there's going to be a big scene, there's going to be a DJ, there's going to be a lot of music, a lot of fun in between, and we will monitor closely all this situation. 2 years ago it was great. We'll see what will be happening this year with a new theme that came out of Benidorm Fest, which is Zorra, as you all might know probably. So we will be celebrating the Eurovision contest here as well. There's going to be a lot of movement in town. It's going to be incredibly busy. So take care if you're here on the celebration dates. All the boat trips, everything is working, even the cable ski, all the parasailing, everything, the water activities, even the banana and fly fish, all of it is working. The only thing we're waiting for is the floating aqua park in the water and like floating platforms. And that's it. That's basically it. All the rest is available for you if you're coming on holidays right now. Let's continue with the second news, and it's about OSBEC, which is a hotels association here that takes care of all different hotels in our region, mostly Valencian community. And they've actually asked to renew a lot of different bars, and they're called locales, which is basically establishments. They're asking urgently to renew different types of establishments in Benidorm town, bars, cafeterias, pubs, places of interest, etc., that are targeted towards the LGTBI. In Spanish, LGTBI. I'm quite sure in other languages it's slightly different. I think you add a couple of letters, 1 or 2, but here it's how it's spelled correctly, and they want to target this type of tourism. I know already that Visit Benidorm, for example, Foundation in Benidorm town, they've been gathering quite a lot of groups of these and bringing them every now and then here to Benidorm to promote this type of tourism. Benidorm Fest also gathers quite a lot of people of this community. And in general, during holidays, there's quite a lot of people that are coming here in Benidorm Pride. The week of Pride is also gathering more and more people each year. I know some people will not like it. I know it already. Some more traditional people might not like that there's this type of community being attracted to Benidorm, but Benidorm actually wants to target for everyone. This is interesting, and I do think that Benidorm sometimes wants too much. It's too ambitious, if you know what I mean. It's like you study for one thing and then you decide, oh no, I'm going to do that as well, and you study for that. Oh no, I'm going to do that as well, and you do that, and at the end you kind of end up not doing anything in particular. You do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of those and these, but you end up not focusing on any of these things, if you know what I mean. So sometimes I do feel like we have already tourism of families. We have already tourism for stag and hen parties. We have already the tourism for couples and solo travelers that love adult-oriented hotels. We have pensioners that are coming with groups in winter season, or people that don't have children that don't mind coming here to the area. We have a little bit of everything. We have slightly higher targeted audience as well that does not bother, let's say like this, to spend quite a lot of money on expensive hotels. We have everything. And now they want to attract even more international tourism and specific communities, specific groups like LGBTI. They want to be in everything. I'm not sure if it's possible though, because once you try and have so many things under one single roof, one single bubble, are you able to actually focus fully on all of them? Or there's going to be always some part of it, always there's going to be some specific part that's not going to be 100% attended. I do think this is the case. I do think sometimes it's too much, not only because of the group. I mean, we've been visiting the Benidorm Pride festivals as well. We've been filming it for you guys. It doesn't matter which group it is, but just trying to gather everyone in one single place is great. But with all the resources that we have, do you think it's too much? Should Benidorm just focus on some specific, mostly focus on some specific part of tourism? Or should they try it out? Because you never know. Benidorm might become this place, which is slowly becoming, I must say, that has literally everything for every single type of a traveler. But I do want to say that these types of places, these types of bars, a lot of them are nice, but others are slightly outdated. So which is why this company is giving these announcements. They actually want to make sure that all these businesses, mostly bars, pubs, etc., or even hotels, hostels, apart hotels, are renewed, are refurbished, are looking nice and attractive for this type of community, because this is also one of the communities that spends the biggest amount of money in the region and contributes towards the economy, which I think is one of the main points why they're trying to attract this type of tourists here in Benidorm. The last news that I wanted to share with you all is about the hotels confronting basically touristic apartments and touristic residences. Why this is happening? They say, the hotels, they say that they cannot take it any longer, and experts, actually the economists, those who studied law, and us locals who've seen all the situations, who've worked in the tourism industry for, in my case, it was more than 8 years in different types of hotels in Benidorm and outside of it. So I do know what we talk about. A lot of experts do say that they do not feel it's a good idea to tense the already tense relationship between the hotels industry and the private accommodations that are being rented out to people outside, like Airbnbs or on booking.com, etc., because it might actually make the tourism industry even more fragile or unattractive. If tourists will see that there's tense problems, there's a lot of issues with it, they might not feel comfortable coming here, not only to touristic apartments, but to hotels either. If this is between whom there's such a big issue. This issue has grown more and more when we've seen that there's been protests in specific areas that were saying that They want responsible tourism. They want to take care for their environment, and there needs to be a limit in specific parts here in Spain where there's a lot of natural preserved areas where simply there's a limit on how many people can visit it, and it needs to be protected more than it is right now. So after all of this, and it's quite true that in some specific parts, in some specific islands, for example, or in bigger cities, in the city center, let's say, for example, Barcelona or Madrid, there is more touristic apartments than actually places where people could stay in a hotel. So let's say if a hotel caters for 1,500 people, there might be 1,700 places, spots for people to sleep, like beds, in between all the touristic apartments, which is actually way more than hotels can offer. And that's why hotels are quite worried. They feel like they might be displaced and misplaced. They might get way less of work, and basically that all the touristic apartments will just take out their job, and hotels will become empty with no tourists willing to stay in them. The thing is that hotels are still a really, really extremely attractive option for some specific types of guests. But whenever there's more than 4 people traveling, sometimes it's just too expensive to take 2 rooms. You need to think about joining rooms or rooms close next door. And it's double. It's double for your holidays. So sometimes in these cases, apartments or a house, entire house for the holidays, looks like a more attractive option. In this case, some hotels have decided that obviously this is not a big issue, and some groups of hotels also decided to change to a model. Apart from offering hotels and rooms, they do offer apartments, and they do also purchase different types of buildings, entire building, where they put these several apartment options, and it's more affordable for family. It's great because you have a kitchen, you can cater for yourself, have some breakfast there or some evening, some snacks, etc. And these tend to be in a great location. So hotels, slowly but surely, some of them, not all of them, try their best to get out of this stressful position for themselves and see it as a new niche, see it as a possibility to grow and offer something else. Because obviously, the more competition they get is in the sector of families, where we have more than 4 people. 3, 4 people or more is when these type of options become more attractive. Some economists did also state that this might help the rentals in our region. I don't think so personally. I do not think that this will help rentals long term at all. Those who have been renting it short term probably will continue to do so, and if it's not possible, they will just sell the apartment or the property, or just keep it to themselves if they do not need desperately the income on this property, if they don't have a mortgage, for example. Why? Because long-term rental is very complicated. There's a lot of different issues that might be happening with it, and while property owners feel so unprotected with the actual laws right now of ocupas, etc., who will want to risk? So if touristic rentals will be banned, these apartments won't come back miraculously towards the market. They will just stay where they are. All people will use it, or they will do it like through illegal websites. I don't know, through people they know already, through different contexts. They will still rent it out. So there's going to be like a submerged market of short-term rentals. That's the risk, and they'll just sell them. That's it. People won't complicate their life, as the law here in Spain for long-term rentals is right now. So it's not going to solve the problem. And I do not think that these 2 businesses, these 2 sectors should be angry at each other. They target slightly different types of tourism. They target different types of needs for people as well. So it's just coexisting together. It's learn to coexist. That would be the key, because at the end of it all, if there's going to be a tense situation, people will just go elsewhere. So both of these sectors will potentially lose customers and clients. Let us know what you think in the comment section. And now let's have a short walk, and we'll show you what the weather is looking like here in Spain and what you should expect if you'll be coming here on holidays shortly. This is the weather that we have right now. Finally, everything is dry back again. At least there is no water on the streets, and the sun came out. We have quite a lot of strong wind every now and then, which is the only negative point I might say for the weather right now these days. and there might be another front of rain that's coming from North Spain, but I don't think it will be affecting our area. It shouldn't be raining, at least so far. That's what we know. In terms of temperatures, slowly but surely they're getting better. If not for the wind that is very cold today, it should be fine. But with the wind, it is still slightly chilly. I must say that usually we have slightly warmer weather and warmer temperatures here in the area. Today we've had around 20 maximum, which is not so good. Tomorrow, however, we'll have around 25, which is going to be gorgeous weather. Gorgeous, gorgeous weather. You're lucky if you're coming these days. From Sunday till Monday, we'll have even more, around 25 to 27. And starting from then, usual 23 to 24 degrees. And I do think we will not have such a strong wind any longer because the temperatures are going up. So happy holidays if you're coming on ones right now in May. Definitely nice weather is looking forward, welcoming you here in the area. And the sea, well, someone is swimming right there, but usually the sea is still quite cold. Towards the end of May, it's tolerable, and June, you can already swim perfectly. But a few people are going into the sea already with the first rays of sunshine that are back to our region. Thank you for accompanying us on today's latest Benidorm news. We wish you an incredible day, and we'll see you in a new video here on the channel. Bye, geez.